Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So this week there's another IPO that caught my eyes. It's called Miniso. Ticker symbol would be MNSO. So I want to share my experience as well as some analysis I did, and hope that would be helpful to you guys in deciding whether you want to participate in this IPO. So now let's get started. So Miniso is one of the largest retailer for a variety of goods, specifically in the lifestyle categories. So Miniso is like the variety store that is on the lower price side, and comparing with the stores in America, it's more like a Dollar Tree in US. So the average product price of Miniso is around $2 to $3. And me, when I was in China, I do have shopping in Miniso, and they have a variety of products like stationery, which they offer like different pens, and also some makeup accessories like this one, which is a compressed mask. It also have other product categories like accessories, little digital tools like the connection lines, tools, snacks, etc. So Miniso has been very popular in China, and the stores has been increasing. So right now it has more than 2,500 stores in China, and globally it has more than 4,200 stores. So originally I think Miniso is just a regular convenience store or the Dollar Tree store, but after I know that it got investment from Tencent, which is one of the largest tech giant in China, as well as Hill House, which is one of the largest private equity firm in Asia, that caused me more attention into its business model. So the logo of Miniso as well as the product is very similar to one of the Japanese companies called Daiso. So the features of those products is one is cute and it's cheap, and it has a very special and clean design. So because in Chinese market, like Japanese goods is very popular for its fine craftsmanship, and that brings the rise of Miniso in China. So their target customer is students as well as young people who maybe just started working and they living with other people. So because they don't have a large amount of space at home to store a bunch of like home necessities, so Miniso would be their go-to place if they want to buy something like tissue paper they need immediately. So as Miniso has a variety of goods there, so their top 4 best-selling products is tissue paper and wet tissue. And the second one is makeup tools like some cotton pads or cotton swabs that is used one time and the customers may consume a lot. And the third one is some digital accessories like the connection lines or the charger that you can take on the go to charge your phones. And the fourth one is snacks and waters. Interestingly, that their water is one of their best-selling products. I think it's probably when people go to the malls or go out for shopping, if they are thirsty, water would be one of the necessities. They would buy the bottled water without too much thinking. In terms of the retail environment in China, we all know there are already a lot of players, no matter online or offline. So online there is like Alibaba, JD.com, as well as Pinduoduo, and offline there's also some other stores. So why Miniso can rise despite the competition? I think there are several reasons. The first reason is that the product selected is not necessarily like you would like to buy a bunch and to store at home, especially if their targets is students and young people. Those group of people, they usually don't have that planned consumption that they need to buy a huge amount of tissue paper and store it at home at a cheaper price. Or they are very young and lack of planning, and when they need the tissue paper or wet tissue, they just want to go to the physical store to get it immediately, because if they order it online, like on Alibaba's platform, and it will probably take 3 to 4 days, and those group of customers, they don't want to wait. And the second reason I think is they have a huge amount of SKUs, which is their stock keeping unit. So their product So they have 11 categories and have more than 8,000 SKUs, from the tiny little things that if you want to buy it online, you may take a while to search and compare between the two vendors. For example, if I just want to buy some tissue papers or I just want to buy a towel, by just looking at the picture on Alibaba's platform, I may not have a sense because those products is very cheap and I probably don't care about brand. But in the physical store, you can actually feel the products, like you can feel what's the quality of the towel, and you can also feel that comparing with the price, like just $2, the quality is pretty awesome. So that would complete this shopping scenario. And also, according to the survey, a lot of people, when they are shopping at Miniso, they have a sense of happiness because Miniso's product design and product packaging is very clean and modern. And when I look at the nice packaging, you'd think that even though you don't need it, by shopping in the store, you can feel a sense of happiness because the average purchase price is very cheap. You probably end up buying more. So during my experience, like when I was shopping there, I would be attracted by their design, and at the same time, I also think I got a deal after buying them, and so that I feel sense of happiness after the shopping. So because of that, I think Miniso's success is not just happened by chance. It's because they have done a lot of research and analysis, and they have selected the products that is best suitable for selling in the stores compared with selling online. And they also select the product that is necessities that you would always like use up those products and need to repurchase again and again. So I think that's why there's always a lot of people in the stores like shopping and purchasing. So in terms of how they make money, surprisingly they make money by the investment from the franchisees. So although in China currently they don't have a very large net income, but they receive a large amount of cash flow since the number of stores has been increasing in China. So the franchising model is that for anyone who wanna do the franchise, they need to select the location, and so they need to spend the money around $2 million RMB, which is around 250K US dollars. And then they select the location, and then they're responsible for the renovation. So after the one-time investment, the franchisee basically don't need to do anything because Miniso, the company, they take care of everything in terms of recruiting, sending people to the store, as well as selecting the goods, inventory management, as well as the whole operation and marketing. So for every $100 earned by Miniso, they would pay $38 to the franchisee. Which to the franchisee, like if the stores really operates well and the sales goes well, they can have pretty good returns. And among the $100, they pay $38 to the franchisees and $50 maybe the cost of their goods, and only $12 left, which is they would spend in their headquarters, like employee compensation, supply chain, R&D operation, as well as other miscellaneous. So that's why the company currently don't have a very good net income in their financial report, but their free cash flow has been increasing. So considering that the company just founded in 2013, it hasn't been a long history, but their free cash flow has been keep increasing, and they already occupy a big market share in the Chinese market. The company has an increasing free cash flow, but they don't have a very good net income. So this business model reminds me of Amazon and JD.com. So Amazon, as we know, that the company pay zero tax every year because they spend almost all the money they have earned into like acquisition, R&D, and other products. So that from the financial report, they don't have a good net income, but the company's market cap has been increasing. The current market cap is $1.7 trillion, and Jeff Bezos has become the richest man in the world. So that's why I just, when we are looking at a company, maybe not just looking at the net income, free cash flow is the most important things. When we are assessing the risk of the company, we all say that one company go bankruptcy because of lack of cash. But the opposite, if the company has the abundant cash flow and is keep growing, it also shows that the company has been operates really well. And currently, Miniso company also have expansion not just in Asia, but also in Southeast Asia, India, Eastern Europe, as well as Africa. So after taking that into consideration, I have to see Miniso's business model is a very smart one, and I would very interested to invest in the stock. So the first reason is its business model, because the company generates cash flow in day one once it's open a new store, since it gets at least more than $250,000 US from the franchisee, and so the company free cash flow will be keep increasing and they don't need to worry about the liquidity. And second reason, I think, is that after the coronavirus, like the world economy has been hit. Like in China, the economy is still recovering. So recently there's a second wave of COVID and there's a lot of uncertainties. So when I saw I find that no matter in what countries, when the economic is not good or uncertain, a lot of people want to save money, and if they can do something, they can buy some products at a cheaper price, or they can do something to save money, they would probably choose those companies. I think that's why in the COVID-19 crisis, PDD stock has performed really well, because a lot of customers, they are just seeking cheaper alternatives in terms of consumption. And another reason is in terms of the dollar store business. I saw there's already very successful examples in US. For example, Dollar Tree, their market cap is more than 20 billion, and Dollar General, the market cap is more than 50 billion. So that's a pretty big size, especially when we compare with other industry. That's a large size, so that means that capitals, they are bullish on those kind of business model. And when I see stock performance in the market crash like around 2008 and 2010, their stock price is not very affected by the economic downturn. So I would feel like this type of stock would be bullish in those economic uncertainties. I also think there's also some risk investing in Miniso stock. The first one is because of the intellectual properties. The company has received a lawsuit from a lot of other companies because their design is very similar or their product design is almost identical. So that's a potential risk that the company would pay for a large amount of expenses or fines to settle those lawsuits. The other one is that because of its ADRs, so it's not like you own part of the companies. And for me, that's also some risk, so that currently I don't invest in any ADRs, or previously I've invested in Baidu and Alibaba, but later on I already sold all my positions. Yeah, so I think Miniso stock would be very interesting to watch, and probably I would invest in if the stock price is reasonable. So that's all the information I want to share with you guys today. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye!